right. So we're back in business. We're on Rchebchaaaam tonight. I think not in a file. It's up under Rchebchaaaam, but I took a look at it. Saw some stuff, and I thought I just opened it up to a random Rchebchaaaam. The guys are like, "I want to Rchebchaaaam share." I'm like, "Yo, done." I'm going to explain about who Rchebchaaaam was. Later, I guess. Right now, I'm just kind of prepping. I got meds for my bed, my secondary desk. Rchebchaaaam steht in PASHUT. Here's the Rchebchaaaam. So Rchebchaaaam. Under the Rchebchaaaam, I got the Chumash, going next and share. And I got the Rambam in Hilchos Bias HaMikdash that Rchebchaaaam talks about, the Rambam and the Ravid. And I got a Gemara in a Mishnah in Kalim and a Gemara in Yoma that I deemed apropos to the Sugya. All right. So first we're gonna go backwards. All right. All right, guys. Tagging the. Matches, right? What do you guys think? That's better. Yeah, that's much better. It's better. Much better. I don't know, it's 3 o'clock. People are gonna start coming in. I'm expecting like 1, 2, 3 people, Rchebchaaaam is a hard draw, especially in these times. But listen, we're just starting here. Oh yeah. Don't smoke, kids. Don't smoke. It's the most yeshivish thing, and it's so bad. They say, well, I can die this way, I can die that way. I once heard of a person who jumped off a building and didn't die. So, Shomer B'Sayim Hashem. I'm like, yeah. Shomer B'Sayim Hashem. The works where there's not Shchicha Neziki, but where there is Shchicha Nezek, where the damage is like often. So then they do say, all right, we got Max. Yo.
What's up, Shmuel?
Yo, what's up, dude?
What's good? Yo, you are so awesome for doing this at 3 a.m. You are awesome for doing this at 3 a.m.
Can't hear you. Can you hear me?
I hear you.
Not even in. You can hear me?
I hear you. You hear me?
Let me see if I could stel this avec. Welcome, Harry. All right. So you guys have the Makoros that I sent?
Yes.
Okay. Who asked for Rchebchaaaam share? Or is it like just us? If it's just us 3, it's Geschmack. But who requested a Rchebchaaaam share? Is he gonna come? They're like.
So a few people actually mentioned it. I don't know if they can come to this specific slot. But I know Zev Roberts mentioned it. I got a few other texts also that I'll go through now.
All right. Well, the most important thing is that we're learning Torah, and we're giving a shir Torah. I need to see you guys' faces. It's got to be like the best is to learn Torah in person. But if we can't do that, Jared Sheriff. Yo, what's up, guys? So, Yo, welcome, dude. You ready for some Rchebchaaaam?
Yeah, let's get it.
Let's do it, yo. Okay, so first of all, I'm being brought out of a long hiatus. I haven't learned Rchebchaaaam in years, like since I was doing it in Oraita. But like eventually, like I started I'm moving on to other stuff and whatever. So we haven't had a Rchebchaaaam share in a while. But when I heard that like some people wanted a Rchebchaaaam share, I was like, let's do it. B'siyata d'shmaya. I hope you have the source sheets that I sent you, as well as Harry, I didn't send you this. The picture of the Rchebchaaaam. I'm gonna send it to your WhatsApp, Harry. All right. So you guys see that sheet on the Rchebchaaaam? Oh, Max sent it. Geschmack. Okay, you see that sheet on the Rchebchaaaam that I sent you guys? Okay, so this is a Rchebchaaaam. Rchebchaaaam. So when I say I want to learn Rchebchaaaam, I get a lot of different people say a lot of different things. I've heard of Rchebchaaaam Vital. Someone said to me the other day, Rchebchaaaam Volozhiner is a common one. People say like, oh, Rchebchaaaam, like, you know, say like, oh, Rchebchaaaam, like other Rchebchaaams. But there's one Rchebchaaaam in the base measures, like the limud, the father of the yeshivish mahalach of Tzvei Dinim. He really popularized like the Chakira and made it like a thing. And so I'm very excited to learn some Rchebchaaaam. I opened up to a random one, and we got Hilchos Bias HaMikdash. So you guys know what that is? Bias HaMikdash. You can turn on the cold, the thing also. We could like have a conversation. We could talk about this. We could steig this. You know? That's all. That's the way that you gotta like have back and forth on a Rchebchaaaam. Because like I say Mir Hashem will have the schus to understand this Rchebchaaaam. I say Mir Hashem will have the schus to understand like only like Kabbalah and this. This is like the highest of limud. So without further ado, so the Rambam, we're going to see a Rambam in a second in Hilchos Bias HaMikdash, right? I'm not going to go too much into the history because everyone knows it. Okay, fine. So Hilchos Bias HaMikdash is who can come into the Beis HaMikdash and how, right? Bia is to come in, and the Beis HaMikdash, right, is entering into the Beis HaMikdash. So I want to start with this Rambam, and I brought the Rambam in the sheet, but read the Rambam because it's important how Rchebchaaaam brings the Rambam. Let's see. So first, let's see the Rambam first. Yir Ali, it seems to me, shekol cohen kosher la'avoda, every cohen who's kosher to do the avoda, im nichnas min ha'mizbeach v'lifnim, if he goes in from the mizbeach and b'fnim, and you see the picture that I sent, right? The mizbeach and like that inside of the mizbeach kind of place, right? If he goes there from the mizbeach and inwards, v'hu shasoy, and he's drunk v'chulei, o paru rosh, or he has long hair, wild hair, o karua bigadim, or he has ripped clothes. Aval bi shelo avad avoda harei zeh loka. So even though he doesn't do the avoda, he gets malchus. So just by going into the Beis HaMikdash over there with long hair, drunk, and with ripped clothes, right? He gets malchus. So now he says Rchebchaaaam says a lot of v'chules. If you actually see what the Rambam says, he changes, he adds a little bit that Rchebchaaaam just doesn't even have any interest in. The Rambam says in Hilchos Bias HaMikdash, Perek Aleph Halacha Tezvav, Yir Ali, right? We just saw it. So cohen kosher. It seems to me that every cohen which is kosher, right? Interesting lashon, by the way. Yir Ali, we like that, like the Rambam is saying, Halacha, what? Should cohen kosher la'avoda, every cohen which is kosher la'avoda, im nichnas min ha'mizbeach v'lifnim, v'hu shazu yayin, o shakor mishar ha'mishkarin, anything else that gets you drunk and high. right? Which I know that tonight, and I don't know what the contents of this speech was, but I know that there was a speech, a shir about hotboxing the Holy of Holies, and that's a phrase that I came up with and told one of the people that's running the shir, running the class, and so I just wanted to make that point. But anyways, we know that in the Kodesh HaKadosh, and they talk about, like, in the shir, so like we'll hear it, talk about the connection between getting drunk, which seemed to have been, right, getting drunk, getting high in the Beis HaMikdash. So if you go from so it had seemed to be going on in the Beis HaMikdash, people were getting drunk, and you have this din that, like, oh, but you can't go in to this area. But people were getting drunk, right, and high, and long hair also can't do the avoda. Even if he's kosher for avoda, even if he's not doing the avoda, he can't go to that place if he has long hair. Or it's like ripped clothes, not like ripped jeans, but like ripped clothes that they're like, that shows like you're in mourning. It seems to be a sociological thing. The idea behind it, we can talk about the idea behind it, but we're learning Rchebchaaaam right now, and Rchebchaaaam didn't even v'chuleid the ideas behind it. Rchebchaam's like, what's din? What's the halacha? Right? The halacha is that he can't go into a certain place. Uvehasago zal, and the Ravid says, right? And even if he doesn't do the avoda, he gets malchus. Uvehasago zal, and the Ravid says, zeh lo matzasi. I didn't find any of this when I was steiging. Only when he's like within, like close to his back, maybe within 4 elbows, right? Right? So that's the first pasuk that I brought, right? It says, like we learned in the pasuk, it says Yain v'sheichar al teish, the pasuk in Shmini talking about Kohanim. Yain in Vayikra, Leviticus 10:9. Yain v'sheichar lo teish, ata uvanecha itcha, you and your children with you. V'vachem el Ohel Moed lo zamuzu chugos of the Orzam. When you come to the Ohel Moed, and Rashi over there, by the way, talks about. We'll get to Rashi. I didn't bring it on the thing. I just found it like 1 minute before share. I'm like, I wonder what the Rashi says. You know, but we'll talk about the Rashi when it comes. Right? Minayin lasos, right? El Ohel Moed. Minayin lasos mizbeach ke Ohel Moed. How do you know that the mizbeach has the same din as the Ohel Moed? That I say you can't go into the Ohel Moed, you can't go into the Mishkan drunk, etc. But here it says drunk. We learn also drunk, long hair, or disheveled hair, like mine, maybe. But we think there's nothing about getting a haircut. People say, Shmuel, what are you gonna get a haircut? I'm like, yo, give me a mitzvah d'oraisa that I can't be mekayim with this hair, and then we'll talk. You know, people are like, oh, it's filling. Like, yo, it's filling. Not a chatzitza. It's not a richtig gevort. Anywho, so. And ripped clothes. When I learned this Rambam for the first time, I was taka. I was drunk on Tej, and I had ripped clothes, ripped jeans, and long hair. And I learned the Rambam out of the Rchebchaaaam, and I'm like, yo, ripped clothes. But no, it's ripped clothes that's implying a certain thing. The Rambam, by the way, if you see at the end of Tezayin, he says that Aval Yisrael. Shagado Sairo Ad Shenase Machalefes. If you have nice hair, right? And it's like flipped over. The low higher derech nivu, and it's not messy. Hareze mutter liganes Ezras Yisrael. So you guys are fine. You can come into the Ezras Yisrael. All right. But the Rchebchaam's like, I don't care about any of that stuff. What's the halacha? So he says, the Ravid says, Lo matzaziv elekesh ukar l'mizbeach. That's what we learned the Torah's Kohanim. We learned the tzushel, the hekesh, Ohel Moed. How do we know to put the mizbeach Ohel Moed? He said that you and your children. And so somehow they were marbe, the children from the Ohel Moed. The Torah Tamima over here has a mahalach. We're going to skip it because like it's whatever. But how they got the drush that the Torah Tamima's like bread and butter. He says v'chein yitzia kabia meitcha. It says itcha. So it says Mizbeach. Aval Lipnimin Yitzia is leaving the the mizbeach part. Like to leave, you can't go live in, you can't, right? And you leave out, right? It's yotze, it's din yotze, I think. He says, mizbeach ka'amar aval lifnim mizbeach milos derabananim. So lifnim min mizbeach, inside of the mizbeach, the milos derabanan. What do you guys think milos derabanan means? Oh, I don't hear anyone. Has anyone talked since the beginning of this thing?
I'm on mute because I have a bad background noise coming in.
But background noise is kosher.
Okay, cool.
All right, but okay, fine. So I can hear people. So what is milas derabanan? So the milas derabanan, when I first learned this, I'm like, oh, like it's a milah derabanan, but it's not, you don't get malchus from it. But I'm thinking that another possibility, right? When I just went over this, like I was like, all right, we're doing this for Chaim. Let me just like see what the sugya is. I got the feeling that maybe milas has another interpretation. Does anyone know what milas means? Ma'alot?
Is it like me'ila?
Oh, like me'ila. Interesting, like sushtel, but no.
Okay.
I hear the word because it's like the same word, letters, but like ma'alot.
Your attributes.
Attributes.
It's like when you're dating, you want to date a good girl. She's got good milas.
A milah kala. A milah. She's got many milas. She's got midos tovos and yiras shamayim. All right. That's just my very yeshivish side. That's what that's coming out. But milas also means steps. If you look at the picture that I sent on the Zach, on the source sheet, right? You guys see the source sheet?
Yeah.
See the picture? Mina mizbeach v'lifnim, and those steps. So that's only there about him. Okay, well, let's see. Right now we're still like milos. It's not you don't always. Rchebchaaaam, let's see, right? So milos there about him. Ubalachat zayin sham kasor Rambam zel shono. The dinner nichnas gacha mina mizbeach v'lifnim. You go into that place. The Rambam says you get malchus. And the right is like milas derabanan, that the steps or that area, right? It could be a diggity double entendre. Milas derabanan, it's a milas derabanan. What's the milas derabanan? The milas, they're derabanan, the steps, that area. So the Rambam says it didn't have going that place, and didn't yotzim misham, leaving there is the same thing. Meaning, if you're drunk and high and long hair or disheveled hair and like ripped clothes, like torn. So I was also leaving there. You can't go. What do you mean leaving there, Kate said? How is it possible? He drank a fourth of wine between the ulam and the mizbeach, right? Oh, kara bigadav sham v'yatza loka. Or he ripped his clothes when he was in that area. He fell down the steps, ripped his clothes, and he leaves that place. He's loka. Very interesting. Talking about leaving a place and getting malchus. This is Corona, but we got some serious Torah on Corona, but we're not getting into that tonight. So the Hasagas and the Rambam over there, right? I brought them both, I think. By the way, I remember in that sheet, I couldn't figure it out. So I brought a bunch of things. I got the Ravid and this, the Ravid and that. What I want to read now is the Ravid on Tezayin, right? Kigon sheshasar reviz yayin. Amar Abraham im ledavarav ein tzarich sheyish yayin ben ulam mizbeach umasha amar b'toras kohanim minayin af b'yitzia. How do we know that? Like according to him, you wouldn't have to drink it dafka in that place. And that which it says that, how do you know that even when you leave that place, Lomar, Sha'af im shasa b'chutz v'nichnas leichal chayav. Meaning even you drink outside and you come in, right, the cohen, you drink outside, got trash, comes into the base of mikdash, so he's chayav. Dali gamar rachmana. Bisman bia lote shichrus behechal. When you come in, you shouldn't be drunk. Umizbeach Miza nami ika b'shasoyayin. And if you're like on the mizbeach, so then you have like Miza. Okay.
So Shmuel, sorry, just a quick clarification question.
Yeah.
So are we saying that the assumption is that the only technical problem with being drunk is entering into the base mikdash drunk? So now we're saying minayin that even if you're leaving, meaning you got drunk in the base mikdash, then you left, that the same halacha applies?
The Rambam says that a cohen who either drunk, he enters this area, mina mizbeach libifnim, meaning from the mizbeach, the entire kodesh and kodesh hakedoshim. So that person gets malchus. The Rav is like, but wait a second, isn't it called milas derabanan? Where is it called milas derabanan? So we'll get to it, but he talks about. We'll get to that later. But it's a Gemara in Yoma that talks about the milas. But we'll get to that. Let's see the Rambam. So right now the question is that we have the Rambam, who seems to say that you get malchus for just going into the certain place, and the Ravid, who says wait a second, it only he says milas derabanan, that the steps are only derabanan. So how is the Rav saying that you get malchus? And also the Ravid is saying that if the Rambam's thing about that if you come in, then it's the same din as like leaving, and right that going into that place is the same din of leaving that place from the mizbeach and inward. There's like a higher level of kedusha or something, and you can't even go there. And the Rav is like, well, wait a second. If you have the same din of entering and exiting, so then it doesn't have to be between the ulam to the mizbeach, because the whole thing would be like why would Rambam specifically say that area? Okay, so that's the Ravid's kasha. Now, stick with me. Sometimes we got to go and do chazara and see that's the Rchebchaaaam. That's what the Rambam. V'hinei Haramban. Let's see what the Indian is, right? Haramban, the Sefer Mitzvos Lotas Ayin Gimel Cholek Gamkein Al Rambam. He also argues on this Rambam. This Sofer, and he holds the Kol Hach Dina ve'Azara Shasoyayim ve'Parur Rosh ve'Karui Begadim Urak Al Avoda. No, it's only if a person Cohen is actually going in there to do the Avoda in the Beis Hamikdash. The special din. It's a special din by the Avoda in the Beis Hamikdash. You know that the Avoda in the Beis Hamikdash has a bunch of special dinim that regular standing in a place or using regular Avoda doesn't mean. He says the special din of being in the Beis Hamikdash, of working, the lo al bi of the kenisa, not an entering and exiting. The gam behechal leis behu shum isura al bi of the kenisa. Yo, Cohen, if you're drunk, long hair, and ripped clothing, you can go even into the Kodesh, according to the Ramban. Zula says shall be a you just can't go in empty. That applies to everyone. So he has to be holding something, doing the avodah. So there's no actual way that he can do it. But in theory, he wouldn't be over on being drunk. Aval azharas shazoyayim v'berurei rosh v'gerurei begadim leisa al bia v'kenisa kiim al avodah levad, only on avodah. Okay, so we have three shitas. We have the Rambam shita that you get malchus. We have the Ravid shita that is arguing on the Rambam in some way. He's saying, "What are you talking about? Milas derabanan." It says, "He said I didn't find this except close to the mizbeach." Right? We have the Yitzia Kibia. We learned it from Meitach. You go back on the Mizbeach, they say the Mizbeach of Minim Mizbeach, his name, he says Milas derabanan. What are you talking about? So we have the Ravid Shita, which we're still not 100% sure what the Ravid is talking about. The Ravid has two asakas on the Rambam. And then we have the Ramban, who says Daga, he's Cholek Lagamre on the Rambam. He says, no, it's only on Avoda. Okay. Everyone good? Steigen? Yeah? Okay. The Ayin Barambam Perik Vav Mehillos Biaz Hamikdash. It goes over, right? It's Vav Aleph, right? Check it out. It's on the sheets, I think. Ooh, next Makor on the sheet. cohen sheish bo mum, right? That one. The Rambam says is a because of gambi bal mumkin. He says the same halacha in bal mum, but he says it's cohen sheish bo mum kavua ben bum over ben bum over ben bum kavua ben bum over. Lo yigan is the mikdash, meaning if he has a blemish that is permanent or a blemish that is will be healed. Lo yigan is the mikdash. You can't even go into the mikdash. Minam mizbeach mibifnim. He can go in, just not in a special mizbeach mibifnim place. Shenemar brochas lo yavo. V'amizbeach lo yigash. Oh, v'amizbeach lo yigash. Remember that. I think. V'im avar v'nichnas loka. Right. I mean, this is my first time seeing this. Not like lo yigash. Im avar v'nichnas loka abal bi shelo avad. So the same thing. If he goes in and he's loka, he gets malchus. Bim avad b'mikdash basol. He makes his stuff. He's mechal is about to find. So the Rambam writes the same thing with Baal Mum. And he says. V'zel shono kol kohen sheyesh bo mum v'chulei lo yikanes l'mikdash b'echnudim v'chulei v'im avar v'nichnas loka abal bi shelo avad. The same thing. Ad kan l'shono. Until here are his words. V'gam al zeh nichla karamban. And the Ramban also over here is machlokas with him. The mitzvah samich tes in mitzvah 60. Yo, dudes, it's a nice mitzvah because mitzvah number lotas say number 69. All right. Sham, because of the leika izer miyuchad b'Baal Mum, that there's no specific izer in a Baal Mum albia b'kenisa ela avodah b'lvad. So the Ramban goes lishitasai. The Ramban says, what are you talking about? The izer is an izer of avodah. It's not an izer of kenisa and bia, right? Rambam lishitasam. Wait. I'll be right. The Ramban. I'll be the Hadith Berik Aleph the Gelim. That which we say, right, in Berik Aleph the Gelim, the Beina Ulam the Mizbeach, that between the Ulam and the Mizbeach, Mikudash Imenu, it's even more kadosh than the Ulam, right? I got to open up my Kalim Mishnayos today and take a deep breath from a sefer that I don't really get to open so often, because like a new sefer smells the best. Anyways, so he says that which it says over there that place the Beina Ulam and Mizbeach is even more mikudash than the last thing that they were talking about. The whole thing is this is more kodesh, this is more kodesh. She'ein Baal Mum u'purei rosh nichnas in the sham. They can't go in. So we see that what? We see that what? That they can't.
Off limits.
What?
It's off limits.
Yeah, it's off limits. They can't go in there. Wait a second. That sounds like the Rambam and not the Ramban. Because the Ramban says, what are you talking about? There's no problem of going places. The Ramban's like, no, the Isser is the Avodah. The Rambam was like, oh, no, the Isser is even going there. Wait a second. We have a Mishnah in Kalim, right? I brought it. Beina Ulam Mizbeach. You can see it on the sheet. Beina Ulam Mizbeach. Mekudash Mimena. She'ein Bali Muvim. Purei rosh. Nichnas in the Sham. They can't even go in. And the Heichal is even more. She'ein nichnas Sham ela rachot yadayim v'raglayim. Kodesh HaKadoshim is even more. She'ein nichnas Sham ela kohen gadol Yom Kippur Mishas Ha'avayda. Right? So wait a tick. Seems like a raya for the Rambam, right? So the Ramban bevorns that, or Rchebchaaaam explains the Ramban's bevorn of the Mishnah in Kalim, right? Rchebchaaaam says that he says v'haditnan. Yo guys, remember v'haditnan, and that which it says in the Mishnah. V'haditnan, and that which it says in the Mishnah. That's like a light. It's like, oh, wait a second, is the bevorn coming on? That which it says Mishnah. Don't ask the question. He's preempting the kasha. V'haditnan, v'berik aleph the Gelim, the Beina Ulam Mizbeach Mekudash Imenu, that she'ein Baal Mum Purei rosh nichnas in the sham. That the Mishnah says that the Kohen Gadol, that a Kohen with long hair and cut clothing and drunk can't even go into there, right? Actually, it doesn't mention drunk here. It says Baal Mum, someone who has blemishes and has long hair, can't go in there. So how does the Ramban explain that? Because it's a right according to the Rambam. How does the Ramban explain that? It has the Ramban who's Milus Derabanan. That's the PASHUT in this Milus Derabanan. When it says that Milus is Derabanan, it's talking about that yeah, like they're being like, oh, over there, like don't go in, like it's more mekudash, but it doesn't have a halachic nafkamina according to the Ramban. That's the PASHUT in Milus Derabanan. The Ramban is learning Milus Derabanan like the Mila, or is learning the Milus Derabanan like the steps area. Achein, however, the Ravid lo nichlok al Ba'amum. He doesn't argue on Ba'amum. We see that the Ravid agrees with the Rambam in the case of Ba'amum. In the case of long hair, the Ravid seems to be cholik on the Rambam and says, no, there's not a problem with just going in there. But on the case of Ba'amum, it seems that the Ravid is agreeing with the Rambam. Why? Because the Ravid didn't say nothing. Kedechazinan the lo hizig rak bifnei b'ba'amachas. He only did it the first time. Gabe shatu yayin, talking about a drunk for a rosh v'kura begadim. U'beperik vav gabe ba'amum leisa sham shum hazaga klal v'tzarachia. Okay, Rabosai, we made it to the kasha, through the kasha of Rchebchaaaam. How are we doing?
It's pretty heavy stuff. This is, I can't believe you have the brain to just go in this and dissect.
Forget about my brain. My brain has its good stuff. I'm trying to be positive about it. But thank you for helping. This is.
It's crazy how the Gedolim thought, like when you see how they think and like weave sugyas together.
Marabu. Machshavos El.
PASHUT, I gotta go, but thank you.
Cool, you got the kasha. Thanks for coming, bro. Peace out. This will maybe be able to be sent. But thanks for coming.
On the Safari.
Yeah. Oh, awesome. Peace out, bro.
Peace.
Bye. All right. So you got the kasha. Just to review what the question is, the Rambam says you can't go into this place even. The Ramban says, what are you talking about? It's talking about going into the place. It's all about doing the avoda. And the Ravid seems to be like, well, when you're talking about long-haired people getting malchus, there it's only by the avoda and not by the kanisa. But by Baal Mum, whip that blemished guy. Let's get him some more mums. And so we have a tzarech Ian. What's PASHUT in the Ravid, and also what's PASHUT in the Machlokas, Rambam and Ramban. Right? Those are the two Iker Kashas that we have at this point, right? Let's see what he says. Rather, we have to figure out what's going on with the Ravid over here. Those three categories. If he holds like the Ramban, the lake is a cloud bekanisa ubia, that there's no Isra at all in Kanisa and going in and coming out, right? Because really it's only talking about the avoda. So that's what. So see, does the Ravid, does he agree with the Ramban in that case, right? I mean that he holds like the Ramban in the case of long hair, and the Ravid, and the Rambam in the case of blemish, or does he hold? He says, the be'emes gam does a Ravid shavo does Rambam. Really, the Ravid holds like the Rambam. The rak chiyuv misa who the nemar al avoda. It's only a chiyuv misa that it's said on the avoda. Oh, so when it says on the avoda, that's talking about a chiyuv misa. But nazhara to get malchus, right? The Rambam says malchus, of course, right? There, it's even going in. You get malchus. Oh, like misa, that's only on the mizbeach, right? Sorry, that's only on the avoda, right, on the mizbeach, right? But even going in, there's still an azhara, there's still a lav, there's still a leitase, and ebazeh, you get malchus. V'chol hazaga hirak al mashagas the Rambam. Well, if that's the case, says Rchebchaaaam, then what's the Ravid even giving a hasaga about? Right? What's the Ravid even piping up if he agrees with the Rambam? So what's the azhara about? The azhara zo nemra al mizbeach v'lifnim. The Rambam says that the azhara, the iser, is talking about from the mizbeach and inwards. Bazehu the cholek. On this, he's arguing Bizdirlay. The Hadi Darshina that he holds that this that we darshaned. The Azam is Beach Ka'oamoed. Zehu Rak Alavoda. That was they said to make him they said that the Mizbeach is like the Oamoed. That's only as far as the Avoda is concerned. Meaning the Mizbeach Hainu Avoda, because the Mizbeach is the Avoda. We say that the Mizbeach. And we learned Oel Moed, and we learned the Mizbeach. It's not talking about the place of the Mizbeach. It's talking about the Avoda. They just like they did Avoda in the Oel Moed. So here too they did the Avoda. That's what the Isser. That's what the Misa is talking about, right? What does the pasuk say? It says below Samusu. That's talking about. It says Oel Moed. It says right. They have a Gezerah Shava of. You see the Rashi over there. It says. Bevoachem el o moed. It says ainli ella bevoam lehechal. I only know we're talking about the hechal. Begishtam lemizbeach minayin. I don't know even coming to the mizbeach. Ne'emar kan bias o moed. Here it talks about boachem o moed. But ne'emar kiddush yadayim v'raglayim when they're talking about purifying their hands and their feet. Bias o moed. It says over there also bias o moed. Gezerah shava ma leholad. Just like over there, Asa Gisha Mizbeach could be as Omoid. It's the same thing of doing the Avoda in the Beis HaMikdash was akin to doing the Avoda in the Beis HaMikdash in the Ohel Moed, in the Mishkan. Just coming in was similar. So here too, Avgad, Asa Gisha Mizbeach could be as Ohel Moed. That coming in and coming to the Mizbeach is could be as Ohel Moed. Now, the Rambam holds that this Gisha coming in means coming in. The second day that Rchebchaaaam brings to explain the Ravid holds that Ohel Moed, it says that the Mizbeach is like Ohel Moed. Yeah, he's like, yeah, it's just talking about Avoda. It's not talking about actually coming inside, like the Rambam wanted to say. It's talking about doing the Avoda. Just like in the Ohel Moed they did Avoda. So here do it by doing the Avoda. Don't be drunk when you do the Avoda. Right? And so that's possibly how the second shot in the Ravid's Machlokas in the Rambam, according to Rchebchaaaam. The first shot in the Ravid's Machlokas with the Rambam was exactly like the Ramban. The second one, you could say that that the Ravid held that like the Gisha, and you can say this about the Ramban also, that going in was just like a metaphor, going into the Mizbeach is not talking about a physical geographical location, but it's a metaphor for a Ma'aseh Mitzvah of Avodah in the Beis HaMikdash. So those are the two ways that we could learn how the Ravid argues on the Rambam. The Mizbeach Hanoah. He says actually the second one, right, is actually more implicit in the Ravid. Why? Because he writes, even if he drank outside the nichnas lehechal, he comes into the hechal, he's chayev, you'll be chayev. Meaning that he look at the picture again. He goes outside, he's like chilling outside, goes into like the ulam, or the, whatever like this first area is like called. I think the ulam is like this whole thing maybe, or like the second area, the ulam, and then you have all the lishchas. So he gets in the lishcha area, he gets trashed, right? And then he comes inside. According to the Ravid, he says that he would also be chayev, if you're according to the Rambam, because like the Rambam say going inside and leaving also. So then, like, he's saying, well, why are you specifying that little piece of land between the ulam and the mizbeach? So he says, "Halik Amar Achmana, Bisman Bia Lo Tehei Shikros Behechal Ubimizbeach Misa." So they're saying like this, because he says even if you go outside and then you drink outside and come in. So he's saying the Ravid holds that this is what the Torah is saying, that you shouldn't go inside. He's saying that when you're drunk, right? When you're going inside, there shouldn't be drunkenness. And he says that the mizbeach, they also have the mizbeach by the shasui yayin. This is the second Ravid that I brought on the sheet. The Ravid on the second Rambam. It says, according to the Rambam, it wouldn't specifically be. So this is what the Torah is saying. The time that you come into the base of Mikdash, there shouldn't be drunkenness in the Heichal. And the Mizbeach is also Misa. So Rchebchaaaam was medayik from the second Ravid that the Shita in the first Ravid was being cholik on the Rambam and the Ramban, and saying that there's there's a different din in this Ohel Moed. In this Ohel Moed, that there's not a chiyuv misa. The chiyuv misa is on the avoda, but they're still in azhara. They're still malchus, right? He's saying that it's on all of the Beis HaMikdash. And he agrees with the Rambam that you get Malchus. He agrees with the Rambam that Gisha is going in. And if you go in, you get Malchus. He says, what? But it's not only in that area. Why would it only be in that small area? He's saying that the entire ulam, not only between the ulam and the mizbeach. So that would be a third, right? That would be a third opinion. Because the Mizbeach is talking about the time of avoda. Because we said that that it's the Begesh of the Mizbeach when it's saying that you're going to die. The most what it says lo samusu that you get, that's misa b'dei shamayim. By the way, you're not going to get misa b'dei shamayim only on the avoda. And the Gisha is talking about avoda. It's talking about coming in, but it's talking about the avoda for the misa. But still, just coming in anywhere, according to the Ravid, would be chayiv misa, according to where we're holding right now. Chayiv hashaz avoda the bezeh ikagam chayiv misa behecha sheizker kaima al bia below avoda. And so it says the Heichal is talking about just coming in, but not actually doing the avoda. It's not a chiyuv misa. Chiyuv misa is only for doing the avoda. It's just a lav, right? And so that's what he wanted to say was pshat in the first shtickle of the Ravid, in the Machlokas Ravid and the Rambam, based on a diuk in the second Ravid. Zok Rchebchaaaam baiter bechenu muchach b'hasagas arishona, and it's also muchach in the first thing that he said. Shekaz of Zelashor, he says, Aval if Mizbeach, Milos Rabbanan. In the inner, like from the Mizbeach, right? This is Milos Rabbanan. Milos Dirabanan, right? Right? The Ramban learned the Milos Rabbanan. It's only Milos Rabbanan. It's a Malchus. We're talking about Malchus Rambam. We're counting that, right? As one of the 613 mitzvahs. There's no Malchus. Milos Dirabanan. The Zeu Lehedya, the low Balig Rak Bein Ulam the Mizbeach. Over there, of course. Before the Mizbeach, that's only Milas Derabanan. V'zeu lehedya delo balig rak beina ulam and the Mizbeach, between the ulam and the Mizbeach, that area. Alal behechal, but inside the Kodesh, the Chaluka is kedusha zahu divrei Torah, because the kedusha in the Mizbeach is from divrei Torah, it's from Deoraisa, right? Possessed fear like Rambam. There you hold like the Rambam. The age of Zahara b'shasua yair pray rosh kura begadim with the grip clothes. Al bia v'kenisa levad gam below avoda. Since it's Deoraisa to go into the Heichal there's an azhara even without avoda, without doing the avoda. The lefizah so according to this, it seems that the Ravid and the Rambam really agree that you get malchus for coming in here, right? The those three things you get malchus. The Hazagazo he rak bezed spherele the ben ulam mizbeach shava l'sharas kozar. The Ravid, according to this way of learning, is even more machmir than the Rambam. He holds that what he's arguing with the Rambam is not that you don't get malchus in that place of land between the ulam and mizbeach. He's saying that you don't get malchus, you get malchus everywhere. He's the most machmir according to this mahalach. Kapish? Good? Moradik? Weiter. All right. The Leviza Hanimza the Iger wait that. Iger Adid, Ravid, the Asians are the Azikaniza, which is the Yabru, with the Gazu Iraq, right? It says Umidishari the Shasu Yayin, Upure Rosh Gre, Begadim Bikaniza, the Sharkol Azara. And for the fact that he's permitted a drug, long-haired, rip-clothed cohen who's kosher belvoda kanisa to go anywhere else. If that's the case, and we hear from there, the Izer be azan who rak behechal midivrei Torah. So we see that the Izer coming in the hechal is deraisa. Ubena umizbeach in Izer kanisasan rak midivrei. There it's only derabanan. Umarlos derabanan, and that would make it only derabanan. So if that's the case, then we see from there that Izer bia is only in the Heichal, and it's between that area is only Milas Derabanan. Asher Lefi, but wait a second. If that's the case, hold on one second. Lama lo hizig arrived gam bebalmum. But wait a second. If that's the case, that the Ravid holds like the Rambam. You see, he agrees with the Rambam that there's Izer of coming in and you get Malchus. And the Hasaga is that between the Ulam and the Mizbeach, he thinks it's equal to the rest of it. It's equal to the rest of the place. And so that would mean that he's more machmir. But then he says, Umi deshari l'shasu yayin, to be in the rest of the place. That would mean that he's more mekel. So either the Ravid holds that you can't go anywhere without malchus, or he holds that you can't even go in that place, and he just holds that it's that only going into the heichal is malchus. But we're going to see either way you learn it, it's not going to stem, because I think we have a kasha. Lama lo hisig a Ravid gam bebalmum. But wait a second, why didn't the Ravid talk about balmum? Kevan de bena ulam the mizbeach shava l'shar kol hazara. Because between the ulam and the mizbeach is equal to the rest of the hazara. Why didn't he mention that? Why didn't he mention that on the Rambam over there in Parak Vav? Im gein harbal gorach the gam balmum. In Izer Kinisaso Rak Kinisaso Sham Rak Milos Derabana. He holds that the Balmum also is only Miderabanan, and you don't get Malchus. So he's arguing on the Malchus in the Rambam. He's being more Makel than the Rambam. But why would they make it different than the Ramban? I don't know. V'tzarech Lomar, you have to say the Samach al Ma Shehizik Barak Aleph. You say that no, really he holds that by Balmum. Also the same din, but he said it in Barak Aleph Gabe Shaso Yayin. Came in they're Milsa Havian. They're both one Milsa. They're one thing. They're one Indian. So it's really one. It's one. It's one Hasaga. It's one like Shlug. The Bena Ulan is back. Kedusha doesn't mean divrei Torah. Shava lekedushas shar kol hazara v'tzarech ian. So even he's like, yo, Tzarech Ian over here. Like, he's like, And you know what? This is a very, very long Rchebchaaaam. We're not going to do the whole thing tonight. But like he even ends in a tzarech in on this Ravid. He's like, yo, like, it doesn't stem 100% well. I'm sure he'll make it glisten. But right now he's leaving it as a tzarech in. He's saying that, like, why doesn't the Ravid do it over there? Because maybe the Ravid was like relying on what he said by drunk, maybe, and maybe the Ravid is cholik on the Rambam that he holds that area you don't get malchus, or he holds that you get malchus in the entire place, but he holds that there's not a chilik in the din between the mizbeach, and so he learns that begishtam el mizbeach, when you come to the mizbeach, is really just like avoda, which seems to be like the Ramban. Okay, B'hinei Ta'amos shel Rambam. The reason for the Rambam, which a pasuk gam min mizbeach lifnim havi izer keniza deoraisa v'logan alav. The Rambam says that it's an iser deoraisa. Who mishum the pasuk kirav achabar ava the amber yom adaf mem dalad. I think I brought it on the sheet. Shema milah milas deoraisa v'ali gemilu. So they say no, we see the milas of deoraisa. And that's what we learned from it. And the Rashi over there, by the way, I don't know if I brought it on the sheet. One of the longest Rashis of all times. Yeah, look at that Rashi. It's nice and verbose. He says, Milas deraisa. We'll see, maybe we see a Rashi. Look, let's see, right? It says, Mishum the Bazak Rav Acha, Yozek Rav Acha. We have to see that Gemara. I would love to do more like work in that Gemara. Mirta Hashem. Milas could, so he says, the Amar B'Yom, he says Milas Deoraisa. So we see that the Milas are Deoraisa. Wait a second. The Av Agav, and even though the Ramban is a very mitzvah, Sham bears the Milas Deoraisa. So he explains what is that Gemara over there in Yom Amim when it says that the Milas, the steps, the kedusha of the steps are Deoraisa, and like do you get Malkus? Ratzolomar means to say Milas kedushas amikomos. The Mila of the kedusha of the makom. Like Harry was saying at the beginning of Shir, the Mila of the kedusha of the makom. Aval izer genizazan, but the izer of going there drunk and long haired and ripped clothes. Likuli alma. Midivrahim, where did I see that? Lakuli alma, I love that. Lakuli alma midivrahim. Aval a Rambam, but the Steigen. Aval Rambam. Oh, Steigen door. Aval Rambam mefarish the hach milas deoraisa. When the Rambam says no, what it says milas deoraisa. Koyal izer genisazim l'sham. So but the izer of going into that area. Umishum tizeu gula, right? The area of the steps of Beina Ulam Leichal, Beina Mizbeach Ulam, which is an interesting thing. Beina Ulam, the Mizbeach Ulam, right? Mishum tizeu guba milas kedushazan. Techol elu asurin likanes l'sham kidamaznisim bekelim. You can't. I mean, he's like, of course you're talking about an Isra of Knisa. How do I know? How does the Rambam know? We brought his right at the beginning. It's that Gemara in Kalim. It's that Mishnah in Kalim. The Hadith Nam Bekalim, that the Ramban had to be like, oh, well, actually, it's just dog, right? The Ramban saying, the Ramban had to give a little bit of a vort. The Rambam's like, that's what I'm talking about over here. Milas Deoraisa, these steps, they're Deoraisa, these places, Deoraisa of the Kedusha, and therefore you get Malchus. He says, certainly can it's the shop, right? About Rambam mefarish the hach milas deoraisa koyal izer kenizazim. You can't go in there. Umishum tizeu kuba milas kedushazan. That is the physical manifestation of the kedusha of that place, that you can't go in there. How does the Rambam know that that's how the kedusha is manifested? That's exactly what the Mishnah in Kalim says. That the Ramban had to the Ramban had to say a little bit of a vort in the Mishnah in Kalim, right? the Ramban, right? He said the Ramban says that it's that you can't do that. The Ramban says that that's the Milos the Rabbanan that they were talking about. It's not. It's just a milo. It's not like a din. It's not a look. It's a thing. Okay, it's a nice Mishnah in Kalim. Like okay, nice Mishnah in Kalim. Okay, fine. Like it's a nice vort. Milos kedusha son. The imkain. Wait, hold on. Is there kenisas on the sham? And that's what we did in the Kalim, right? Ha'umnam. However, the tzarich here we have to check. We have that hekesh that we saw in that Rashi, that it says V'gishtan el oel moed when you come in, when you enter the oel moed, and then we learn a hekesh, a gezerah shava from kiddush yadayim v'raglayim, and so we learned that the mizbeach is like the oel moed, and we saw two ways to learn this, right? Remember. There's two ways to learn this gisha to the mizbeach. Is it entering the area of the mizbeach, or is mizbeach a metaphor for avoda? And that's where the machlokas between the Rambam and the Ramban, and maybe the Ravid, right? The Ravid's kind of, but the Ramban and the Rambam and the Ramban, they're arguing. The shoresh hamachlokas over here is how they understand the gisha in Torah's Kohanim. Gisha, how they understand that gezerah shava. What it means, what's the implication? How do we derive meaning from experience? Ratzalomar de Mailazo shel mina mizbeach v'nivnim hu alach l'mosh misina again. Sarach Ian, we don't understand the Hariyakesha, the Azim mizbeach omoy dedikesha. Hois Rabbi, is there a voda shel shatui yayin b'chol idoch b'chol azara kula? So it includes the Isser of Avoda of the Shasur Yain, Isser of Avoda of the Shasur Yain, Bechol Idach, Bechol Azara Gula, and all of the other stuff of coming into the Azara, right? Like you can't have long hair. So the Isser Avoda is on Shasur Yain, meaning the Isser, right? The Isser Avoda, the Isser of doing the Avoda, but just going in for the love. The Im game, wait a second, if that's the case, that there's a love on going into the entire Azhara. Nichlach b'din izer kinizazan bein mizbeach livnim v'shar kol Azhara. Meichadezi to the Rambam. How could the Rambam differentiate the places? If right, that was like So how could the Rambam differentiate the places? That's what it's called. Right, so I think the first place is called the Ulam, the second place is called the Azara. We have to say the Zeu de Messiah Gemara Sham V'Hachi Gemiri Lahu. Oh, Rabbosai, look at the sheet. Remember, it says V'Hachi Gemiri, and here we learned. We're like, what do you mean V'Hachi Gemiri Lahu? It's like V'Hachi Gemiri Lahu, right? It says Shmami of the Milos of the Reisa. V'Hachi Gemiri Lahu. What does it mean, Gemiri Lahu? Ratzalomar, what that means is that the Mailazo shall minim is that area, really? Theoraisa? Not special. But who knows what that next Roshei Tevot is? Hey Lamed Mem Mem.
Delay, no.
Halach Moshe. Nice one, Max. Halach Moshe B'Sirai. So it's a lot of Bein al Milos Kiddushasan, Bein al Iser Kinizazan. So not only that they have this Kedusha, but also that you can't go in there. Bizeu, when I saw this, I got very excited, I underlined it. Bizeu, because of a Rambam, din zeh, the loka, minam is that livnim, beloshon Yira Eli. That's why the Rambam says Yira Eli. The Rambam doesn't say Yira Eli often. But over here, he says it because the Gemara says, V'hachi Gemirila. Gemara is saying, really, Deraisa, there's no special area of this, there's no special thing of this area. But Allah Sinai, that this area also has the din of an Isser Kanisa, not just an Isser Avoda. The Avagav does the Rambam who said, Maziz the Kalim, that the Rambam holds like that Mishnah Kalim, Sukkot Yoma, the Malas Deraisa, and he holds that area is Deraisa. Ella Dahava Amin, right? The Rambam holds that, but he still says a Yirayali. Why? The Ella Dahava Amin, because you might have thought the Isuranu Me'alacha the Ein V'zeh Malchus. You might think that it's Halacha Meshzina, but there's no Malchus in it, maybe. L'zeh, because of Yirayali. Therefore, the Rambam says, listen, it seems to me that is the halacha l'mosh misinai, the yesh ba gam malchus. That the halacha l'mosh misinai is to extend the din of kanisa from the azara, from the heichal, from the kodesh, all the way until the mizbeach. Right? The surah me'alacha the ebazeh malchus. L'zeh, because of Yerali ebazeh. Therefore, the Rambam said, it seems to me, the yesh ba gam malchus, that there's also malchus. Mishum halacha bar lechalala be'azara ha'amur b'torah gabecha. Because they're talking about not going into the heichal, they're talking about not doing avoda, and they came with this halacha l'moshe misinai of this gezerah shava of including the area between the mizbeach and the heichal, right? Bein ha'ulam l'mizbeach they call it. And they include that area, and it's included into the din of not going into the heichal. So Rambam says you also can't go in there, and the Ramban says no. Ramban says no. Malos derabanan that they're talking in the thing in Kalim about that you can't go that the Milo over there, right? That you can't the chamor that you can't go in there. He's like that is just derabanan. You shouldn't go in. It's a mile. But you don't get Malchus. And that, Rabosai, is the first paragraph of a Rchebchaaaam Brisker, Rchebchaaaam Soloveitchik, father of the yeshivish world. It was an honor. What do you guys think?
I'm definitely inspired to go deeper into this road of this Lundish style learning.
Yeah, inspired to
I
go
think
deeper.
I think you got to be in the know. You got to you can't just be like a newbie and just walk into this. This is heavy duty, foundational stuff.
Yeah. And
so I enjoy it because if you can't get that outside of those yeshiva walls. Now you're going into the digital space and sharing that with regular civilians, and there's a huge mile in that.
Yeah,
I agree.
Max is no regular civilian, even though he has a New York Rangers thing in his room. It's very crum. But and so you take this sugya, take any sugya and make it geshmak. So it's so beautiful. Now this actually Taka goes on for another 1, 2, 3 paragraphs.
Mm-hmm.
We're not doing it tonight, obviously, but if there's maybe we'll go right there. But if not, we saw a 3-way machlokas, Rambam, Ramban, Ravid. We saw 2 ways to learn the Ravid. We saw the yesod of the machlokas of the Ramban and the Rambam was how they understood a gezerah shava between shaso yayin and kiddush yadayin. And I'm sure that he's going to take us much deeper, but that was very gishmak. And this is this is mamish the halacha of v'sein chalkenu b'sarasecha for me. Because I'm a cohen, I got long hair, I get drunk, I sometimes have ripped clothes, and the question is, this is only because we put the Rchebchaaaam aside for a second, but because Rchebchaaaam also was a right, but the question is, do we accept, or how much do we accept, I don't know, people that are different? It seems to be that they're allowed in the Beis HaMikdash. Even these people that they want to separate kids that got kicked out of yeshiva, right? Allowed in the Beis HaMikdash, Kohanim, they're allowed, and Yisrael, long hair, allowed in the Beis HaMikdash. And everyone's drinking and doing drugs in the Beis HaMikdash. The Rambam is very clear when he says, Shasui Yayin, drunk from wine, Shikur mishar amashkirin. Anything else that can get you drunk, that can get you high. There was partying in the base of Mikdash, and I hope maybe one day soon, like be able to have like huge parties of simcha and kedusha and all types of things, all types of stuff. Yeah, I mean, all types, of people. People are drunk, people are sober. Everyone's on their own path. Oh, to come and actually do the avoda. So there's a dress code. There's a dress code. Say to cohen, grow your hair out all year, but when you come do the right. For me, I don't even know what I'm going to do. I might just become a nazir and say "Asidocha lo taseh." But I don't even mind. The Rambam, he says, Yair Shikor Mishara Mashkirin. Okay, fine. So, but I still have my long hair if I'm a nazir, probably. We'll see. This is not about me. This is about V'sein Chagin and V'sora Satma. This is about seeing like the depths of the Torah and seeing how it's like applicable, to our time, seeing how the sages, we started from do you guys realize what we did tonight? We had a pasuk in Leviticus, a pasuk in Vayikra. We saw a Gemara in Yoma, a Mishnah in Kalim. We saw a Rambam, a Ravid, and a Ramban, and then we saw a Rchebchaaaam. We saw one pasuk. We saw one pasuk. We saw one Mishnah. We saw one Gemara. We saw 3 Rishonim, and we saw 1 Acharon. We went in this hour-long shir tonight, or however long it was, that basically, right? We went through the entire, from Matan Torah to like, I don't know, 100 years ago, 200 years ago, like, to Rchebchaaaam, to us. We're continuing the Masorah, and we're continuing the chill. And like, so when it comes to doing the avoda in the base of Mikdash, you see that they're saying like, don't be drunk. Okay? Kamash Malan. The rest of the time, listen, everyone's shagging. Everyone else in the base of Mikdash, also people were drinking, people were smoking, people were, it seems, right? The only thing is the cohen can't go in to do the avoda. And according to the Rambam, even he can't even go in to not do, even if he's not doing the avoda. The Rambam, he can't go in there. But outside, outside the base of Mikdash in Yeshiva or right the area, you don't think that was like a huge like party with like all these awesome things and people were dancing and Misha Lo Ra Simchas Beis HaShoeva Lo Ra Simcha Miyamav. Someone who didn't see the Simcha Beis HaShoeva at this particular festival in the base of Mikdash, it's like he never saw any Simcha in his life. And so we should be zochet to steig simcha, to steig super chill, and Mirz Hashem, we're learning lamdas, we're learning limud, we're learning really how to break apart a sugya, and Mirz Hashem, when you learn how to really break apart a sugya, which doesn't really apply to you, for you guys it doesn't apply at all. It's not even like in lesson level going to apply. For me, I'm a cohen with long hair who likes to drink and wear ripped clothes, a little lemaisa, but when you learn, not really, right? And when you learn something that is like, and you learn something deep and you steig it and you get to the bottom of it, right? And you learn how to do that, something which is not like necessarily nogea to your own life. Then you learn how to think and how to know what's really bothering you, how to really say pshat on your own psyche. And Mirz Hashem, the yeshivish world, Yeshiva Gula Shol, like we're learning the sugya right now, we started off the sugya of Shibud Malchus, more in Sanhedrin and we kind of got into like a whole thing. People who know, got into a whole thing. That's just what we're doing here. We're just trying to understand the sugya and bring different parts. And we have, fascinating over there that, right, I'm not going to get into it because I could talk about this for hours. So we're going to notice things, we're going to connect the dots, and we're going to learn the sugya, and we're going to bring the geula and Mirz Hashem and Meher B'Yameinu.
Amen.
All right. Piggity peace. Much
Oh,
love.
Yishkoach. This was awesome. Thank you.
Yo, thanks for
Thanks,
coming
Shmuel.
through. Yo, peace out, dude. Much love to
Get some
John
sleep.
Seville. Yeah. Peace out.
Shmuel, thanks again.
Yeah, for sure.